And Shane was he wasn't a big drinker or anything like that. He was asthmatic. Towards the and you do see drinking in the movie, but Shane was definitely. Well, I mean, he knew he was going to kill himself, so I don't know if some of that was
he just wanted to do some things he'd never done
before.
before. But there was some copious drinking at the end. But before then, Shane was not a that kind of guy. He wasn't really interested in mind altering stuff.
Yeah, he wasn't like, we never got stoned together or anything. I think we were trying to get him some edibles or something, but he wasn't into that. But we drank a lot of beer at the Princess. I know that. We had the cleanest kidneys in the Princess. I want to get Monkey Boy, Captain Peon back in here, because I want to go back to those 2 months. Like, so Shane offs himself. And my theory is he had always said at the coffee shop, I mean, he didn't say it all the time, but at least once or twice he had told me, he said, when the money dries up, I'm going to kill myself. And hello?
Hello?
Oh, what just happened?
All right, you non-technical types. But the thing... Yeah, feedback. Kill your don't get your mics next to the speakers there. So long story short, right? So he had said that, and we had left, right? And I remember I got an email from Shane, because we were out there. I was working this retail gig, and it wasn't making that much money off the bat, and we were trying to get this place. And so I borrowed a little money from Shane. I'd never borrowed money from Shane before, and I was like, I was bad enough. I was like, okay, I'm going to borrow $100 from Shane, right? So I had borrowed that like a few months earlier. Not long before he killed himself, he had sent me another email. He said, hey man, I'm not trying to be a pest or anything. He said, but do you think maybe you could send that money back? And I was thinking to myself, well, okay, Shane usually wouldn't sweat something like that if he was helping a friend, right? I mean, if he had money in the bank still. So that led me to believe, oh shit, the money done dried up. And then like not long after that, he took his life. So I think that's what happened. And then, like I said, I'm no, Nancy Drew or any of that shit, but I mean, that just kind of...
trying to say he didn't take his life, and I want to be very clear on that. Like I said, that's what I was talking about is more related to his mom. And maybe a lot of the killings that were going on at that time around his mom, and maybe some of the people related to it. Like, right. I want to be really clear with that. And yeah,
Well, and the reason I mentioned that was because in some of those comments on IMDb, they were speculating about, they thought maybe he was murdered, I'm like, why? I was thinking, well, why would you murder someone who lost the race?
No,
they can't do anything, But I mean, there could have been other reasons. But but I just don't believe that it happened. And so but there were some people in the comments who were saying that. They were saying, oh well, he killed himself for this reason. He did this, that, and I was thinking, well, you didn't know the guy, and probably more than likely that's what happened. But I mean, before we get to that, I want to talk about Tibbett. I thought that was more suspicious because of the timing, and I think actually
you thought Ron's death was more suspicious.
I think so. Yeah. I mean, he died like on the same road he travels all the time, and then it happened. I mean, I don't know. I never saw any of the reports or anything like that. It just seems like, putting my tinfoil hat on, it just seemed just kind of like a suspicious coincidence, that maybe, because Ron, I mean, it was actually, he didn't he put that in a few Chris, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Do you remember, like, afterwards, do you remember talking to Tibbett about, like, how many film festivals and stuff he had taken Citizen Shane to? Did he ever mention anything about that?
No, but I thought, like, one of those forms that I found in hard drive, I sent you on the Dropbox or in the Dropbox.
Right. Hang on
He had a
second.
list of festivals that it was accepted to, and I think it was probably around 6 or 7, maybe, including the mag. Yeah.
Hang on just a
But,
second. I'm
you
trying
know, one of the things I think about now, watching that film this many years later, and thinking about, like, how everything ties together, about, like, him running for sheriff, and it ties together with his mom and her mysterious death and all that stuff, and you wonder, or at least I do, and I'm wondering if you feel the same way, Monkey, is that I wonder if I could go back in time to when all that took place, you know, and like see if she would go out with me, because she looked pretty hot.
Oh, yeah.
Wrong, or?
Are you, oh my jeez. Jesus.
Come on, man.
Well, I can't say much seeing I'm wearing the iHeart Porn shirt. I know, like, see, so Chris and I left, and so we were out of the loop. Like, I mean, we still had people we talked to back there, but we weren't there, right? So it's not the same thing. And you know, so I was getting piecemeal this stuff, and then all of a sudden, you know, I was hearing it one right after another. First it was, you know, it was Tibbett, and then you know, then Shane, and then what was it the next year? I think was it Dennis Hudson passed away too. So it was like all these people just all at once. Yeah, it was like they were very close.
Another David Estes that was pretty well known around there.
What's that?
Another dude named David Estes that was pretty well known around there.
I don't remember David Estes. Maybe I do. Was he a character too?
He was a character, man. He had grown up around there, been there the whole time, moved off a little bit, but moved back while you were still there, and was a denizen of the Princess Coffee Shop.
Oh, okay. I'm pretty sure I ran into him at one point or another. Yeah, so I mean, we'll never know the motivations. I mean, look at law enforcement nowadays. You know, it's, you know, we knew this shit back in the days about Columbus cops, you know, busting people with pot, and then they take the pot and sell it themselves or smoke it themselves.